Cheers. Hello? Technical issues. I'm not the CTO. All right, there we go. Thank you so much. Yes, as mentioned, my name is Duncan. I'm CFO, co-founder of Zargates, and I'm going to start with what might be a fairly uncomfortable truth in this environment, and that is that Web 2 games are better games than Web 3 games. Now, why that is an important truth to acknowledge is because it leads to the fundamental problem in Web 3 gaming, and the problem that is holding it back from becoming a multi-billion-dollar industry. And that is the problem of audience. Web3 games have really only been able to attract investors, not gamers, people that are here purely to profit, and they play games to make money. The gamers, they're still back in Web 2, playing the games that are more content-rich, they're deeper, more engaging, more exciting, more enjoyable. And that is the problem that we solve. For Web3 gaming to be a success, it has to attract the Web 2 users, the people that are there to have fun and to pay for that fun. Now, our solution is fairly simple. We are not a Web3 game. We do not make Web3 games. We work actually exclusively with Web 2 games and provide them with the Web 3 solutions to get into the space. So what is Zargates? Zargates is a publishing, distribution, marketing, and infrastructure company that works with Web 2 studios both through our own Telegram-based ecosystem and via a B2B SaaS. Now, that simple solution is the bridge between Web 2 and Web 3. And when you combine the best games with the best tech, everybody wins, and that is the sweet spot of where Zargates currently sits. We're proud that despite only being just over a year old, we have some of the best global partners in their field. Magneto are the largest Telegram ad seller. They partner with us and support us in our marketing efforts. We are here this week with Ton Foundation. They are our supporter in PR, events, and promotions. We have a growing network of gaming partners that we work with. Probably our biggest client is Neki, the company responsible for over 1 billion in worldwide downloads from their games, and some strategic partners right here in Hong Kong. We are a Hong Kong-based company, and actually delighted to announce that as of just a couple of days ago, the newest resident of Cyberport's incubation and accelerator program. So we'll happily call here home for at least the next 2 years. We're not a paper company, we're not an idea, we are a real business. We have had over 2 million installations of our app, and our sustainable income stream from our community thus far has now just tipped over 700,000 in US dollars. We has been selected as one of the top 10 gaming projects on Telegram. Magneto not just support us, but have actually invested into our marketing. And Necky have recently signed a new agreement with us to not only just be a distribution platform, but also in product development. What's next for us? As you can imagine, in this space, things move fast. We've got a busy and exciting Q4 coming up for us. The launch of our newest product, Zargates League, which is a creation of PvP mini-apps for some of the biggest titles in the Web2 space. We're also developing our marketing tools through our own AI for both Telegram and on X to expand that community building into Web2 space. And we will look to go beyond Telegram. At the moment, this is our distribution channel, but we will be developing it out into both web and to other messaging distribution channels such as WeChat. And of course, we look forward to the Cyberport acceleration and what opportunities that will bring us over the next coming years in terms of networking, events, and funding and grants. So, exciting time to be a part of it. Of course, we are here. This is a pitch, and we do have a limited investment opportunity at the moment. And we are looking for long-term partners. We are long-term founders. We have a 10-year tokenomic distribution plan and plan to see that through at the very least. And therefore looking for long-term equity partners with come on that journey with us. I know that I've got a Q&A coming up at the end of this, so if you do have any questions, please let me know. If not, we are over at B10. You cannot escape this building without walking past our booth, so please do come and do that at some point on your way out, or drop us a message, drop us an email, and I look forward to connecting with as many of you as possible. Thank you very much.
All right, time for the Q&A? Very good. So we have 5 minutes for the Q&A. So if we can reset the clock in the back to a 5-minute Q&A, do we have questions right down here in front? Mia, if we could get a microphone out here to our investor down in front. Mia from backstage. Let's get, oh, there we go. Mia's buddy's helping her out. There we go.
Thank you for the presentation. My name is Guillermo. I'm the managing director for Brink, Hong Kong-based venture capital and accelerator. So couple of questions, you being the CFO. Can you tell us about the token round that you have? Is it a governance token? Is it a product token? What's the purpose? What's the utility?
Yeah, so it's a utility-based token that's currently already live within our ecosystem. So we did a couple of kind of community airdrop type events over the last year for the community. And that token is being used in our Telegram ecosystem. So some of the solutions that we've developed in there is a marketplace, a store, we've got an NFT rental service, we've got obviously PvP inside, and the token gets utilized for that economy inside. Obviously, post-TGE, we're still pre-TGE at this stage, post-TGE, we'll have things like staking and liquidity pools to add utility for the token, as well as launching our own Fair Launch pad for Web2 studios to be able to launch their token on our platform, and that will also utilize our token, and people will be able to invest based on the number of tokens that they have.
One more question. So you said you've got about $700,000 of revenue. Is that all to you, or do you pass that through to some of your partners, marketing firms, game developers? How does that revenue split work?
Yeah, so the 700,000 has come from effectively B2C sales within the platform, so in-app purchases, upgrades from our community that use the platform. We have our own kind of in-house developers, so that revenue all comes to Zargates. We also have a revenue sharing B2B model, so when we work with the studios on a direct basis, so we build the infrastructure for them, then we take a revenue share from the percentage of kind of revenue that goes through the feature that we build them. So if we build them a direct marketplace, for example, we'll then take 1-2% of the transaction value that comes through that.
So just to make sure I understand the platform, you guys are essentially publishers or distributors for up-and-coming games. So you essentially become a launchpad so they can access new gamers.
Yes, so the platform is for existing Web2 games that have existing audiences already, and we effectively have that catalog of games through our community to then be able to interact with all the games and do a series of quests and tasks and utility within that to then be able to get the Web3 rewards that the existing games don't have an offering for.
Got it. Thank you.
We've got 2 minutes for questions. If anybody else has another one they would like to put to Mr. Scott here today on the stage at the WOW Summit. Going once, going twice. Yes, I do moonlight as an auctioneer. And sold. Thank you very much, Mr. Scott.
Thank you.
Great job today. We appreciate it. Thank you. All right, and we'll move on to our
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
There we go. And with that, we are resetting the clock and moving on to our next startup that's going to be presenting today. We are going to welcome up here the CTO, the Chief Technical Officer from Void Chain. Arseny Dugan is going to get up here and give you his pitch, followed by 5 minutes of Q&A. So Arseny, the time is yours. Take it away.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's get started from Void Chain. So basically today here, I want to explain to you what is Void Chain and how it's working. And basically what's this? So first of all, Void Chain is next generation blockchain. So we are trying to make advanced blockchain technology that will build to support real world application at scale. Also, we have infinite space architecture. That's an innovative structure. What is allowing us? It's allowing us to make unlimited scalability and true decentralization. And also, there is a vacuum network. That's a unique network that interconnect nodes, basically to make fully seamless and secure blockchain communication. So everything is here. So how Void Chain works? So we have vacuum network. It's basically a network that units performing decentralized verification. Also, there is a POET consensus. There is a powerful consensus mechanism that's delivering. Actually, we are delivering really 100,000 TPS right now. And dynamic sharding as well. So we are trying to achieve seamless integration using sharding. It's really helpful to make seamless integration and seamless transaction on Void Chain. And also what is really important is zero-cost transactions. So we are eliminating transaction fees for token of contents ecosystems. So what is really important, I want to concentrate your minds, it's why Void Chain is better. So first of all, it's ultra high TPS. So 100,000 TPS per shard is amazing. So everything will be confirmed in milliseconds. Right now, it's fully true decentralization. It's fully automated machine consensus that works without any human interference. Also, cost efficiency, zero gas fees for tokens ecosystem. And what we really believe it will help to mass adoption and practical real-world application. And security and privacy, everything we are trying to concentrate and what we really achieve, it's fully automated and fully secure system that works, and it really works. So it's not just a theory. Why it's cut it, I don't know. So what we have right now, we are already implemented our logic in University of Hong Kong. We are backed by University of Hong Kong. We are trying to, and we already tokenize plastic recycling efforts. It's really verifiable carbon credits. And we also demonstrated success with zero operational costs and automatic benefit distribution. So it's not just a theory. It's just a practice, and we already done it. As a conclusion, what we have here, so is advantage is the most important thing, is combining scalability, speed, decentralization, and zero-cost operations. And also there is a future vision driving the adoption of Web3, enhancing blockchain, using IoT as well, which is really important right now, privacy computing, and RWA. Economic integration also here. Thank you so much. So really brief explanation about Void Chain. Let me know if you have any questions. I would love to answer.
Oh, the hands are up. Thank you very much. Sorry to cut off the applause. The hands are up in the air as we reset the clock. 5 minutes. People have questions. Mr. Brink, go.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. So there's a number of chains out there that have huge marketing budgets, Tezos, Cardano, and they don't have a lot of builders. How will you attract builders? How will you attract use cases so Void Chain is a success?
What is really important and really huge difference comparing to other blockchains, we are trying from technology first instead of marketing first. We are not trying, to achieve fake numbers of users, fake numbers of builders. We are trying to achieve really working system first of all. This Void Chain development has been done for 5 years already. And this year, we are just starting marketing. And we believe that builders will come for working system instead of some fake, marketing campaigns. Of course, many of current Ethereum, like Tezos, like many blockchains are real, and bakers are real, of course. But we are also non-comparable to other fake, blockchains that they're expanded fakely without any active users. So what we believe that developers will come with very friendly documentation, very friendly communication and community. So we start from Chinese builders, there are many of them, and we are expanding worldwide right now.
Sure. I just don't think normally that build it and they will come is enough, even though the technology may be superior. So I'd love to hear specific examples of how you will get in front of these developers that would appreciate the technology.
I think first of all, community will appreciate it. As long as we have open-minded, documentation. First of all, this is the first step. Second step is we are not as huge as anyone right now, but we want to become huge. And especially when we have real-world applications, real-world examples right now, I believe that we will attract many builders around the globe.
Are there any specific industries or use cases that you think you would be able to convert to the chain? Are any sectors that you think are more relevant for Void Chain?
IoT, first of all. Second of all, it's real business. So as I told before, we start from Hong Kong University, and I believe that we want to cover something like, traditional business or traditional universities and everything, and we can connect them. So basically, it's a bridge between Web3 and traditional real-world assets.
One more, if you don't mind.
One more, because, we do have time.
Yeah, last question. How are you funding the development of the chain?
Sorry?
How are you funding operations and the development of the Void Chain?
I cannot tell you particular numbers right now for development. So we are raising money right now. We are ready to attract more advisors and more users.
All right. Well, I did see some other hands go up. Sure, Evan?
Hey, Desmond Marshall from Hooge Ventures. Actually, he just asked the question in terms of what kind of industry focus you're going to work on.
Yeah, I will tell you more. So many projects trying to access, from Web3 to Web3, from high technological to high technological. So it's so complicated for many users to understand what's going on there, like many plain users. We are trying to make a bridge between high-tech technology and traditional technologies to attract like plain users, and show them that blockchain could work for them. So this is our advantage.
All right. We have one more. Did I see some other hands going up here? If not, did you want to ask a follow-up? You look like you might be ready to go. Once again, going once, going twice. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Void Chain, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for coming and presenting to us here today. Next up, we are going to be welcoming Daniel Chun, who is the co-founder. He's also a professor with one of our local universities. So it is Dr. Daniel Chun, who's coming here from a company, and I will have to say it carefully, Articulator. There you go. Daniel.
Hey, thank you, Andrew. Thank you. I should be standing up here, so thank you. So my name is Daniel. Thank you very much. I'm not new to Val, but sorry. Not working. Okay, yeah, I'll start there. Sorry, guys. Has to be closer or green. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. So this is our vision. I came from Hong Kong UST as a full-time faculty. My students and I, we have actually created this Hong Kong UST funded startup. We are part of the TSSSU program, and a shout out to Ivan, which is actually an advisor and to us during our pivot stage. And that was my CEO. So I'm actually a full-time faculty in a new division called Arts and Machine Creativity. And so one of the key things that we believe that is that Hong Kong obviously has all the macroeconomic environment to support, generative AI, art, tech, and as well as Web3. And I've been actually internally lobbying the senior management at the university that Hong Kong UST should become one of the key stakeholders as an art registry in Hong Kong. So with this right now, this is actually coming true because obviously my research agenda is specifically on decentralized ID. So we registered this DID:art many years ago at W3C, and we've now actually launching a beta on a generative AI platform, which is Articulator. The early version, which actually Ivan helped us a lot, was called something else. But what we intend to do, and the pain point, this is what I'm going to deliver, is that traditional artists find it very hard to do conversion. And generative AI as a tool today, they want to use it, but at the same time, when they embrace it, they feel that they actually have all the copyrights being copied as training data or anything else, right? These are their fear. This is proven. So through focus groups and everything else, we've identified that instead of using them as training data, we actually embrace it by creating a tool, a platform that use very simple, non-prompt-based kind of user interface, and allow them to create derivative product. Now, this is not the same as NFTs. This is actual product that we can actually, it's almost like the customers or the fan base can actually buy one at a very fractional of the cost. With that, we actually secured a US patent and also a China patent with Professor Mao, which is using a pretty QR code. This is a QR code that embedded 2D watermark in it. Now, this is one of our persona, and we have already in the pipeline, a lot of artists. We're launching again because this is kind of a pivot from our early venture. And we are part now a CCMF program. And we're looking today actually to look for a seed investor, our first round, that can match our TSSSU plus investment. Now, this is a very early seed round. We're rallying at about 12 million Hong Kong dollars. We're securing 10% equity stakes. We will have a TGE and use some of the funds for building the community. We're looking for future crypto VC. Now, all I'm showing here is all these have been tested and tried for conversion, helping the artist conversion. We've also even tried to scale it up, building some back-end panel to partner with printers worldwide. What you see here is actual derivative product. This is a derivative printed version of the product, which people can buy for maybe 700 Hong Kong dollars, 100 kind of US dollars. This is a derivative printed with watermark information with a DID. Now, our revenue model is very simple. It's pay as you go for the tokens that the credits that they use our GPU resources for inferencing. We will collect 20% commission from all the sales of physical derivative and also the digital derivative with DID. There will be potential revenue for tokenization. I was sharing with some of my advisors just now about the fact that we are tokenizing it, using it as a tokenization because it's a registry. Now, there's a lot more agenda and a lot more research behind the scene because in China, there is something called DCI 3.0, which is Digital Copyright Identifier 3.0. The stakeholder that runs that business is Ant Financial. Now, I'm in talk with them right now to see if we can actually become part of the registry with the DCI 3.0. So we are in the business slightly different from the old days where we talk about NFTs, but it is trying to build art hub in Hong Kong. Now, this has always been the vision. I won't go to the Tam, but as a startup, we actually now have officially been Hong Kong USD as a shareholder, as well as having all my students to be involved. This is our humble ask right now. We are planning for a TGE event sometime next year. And my students, we're working on, obviously, an even higher level, not just 2D picture-to-picture, but we're doing 2D to 3D and also VR use case. These are some of the advisors. Some of you are here, so shout out to Henry, Thomas, Marco, Emil just left, right? And we do have a very, very special person. She came to speak for me with the students just last night at Hong Kong USD. She is one of the curator and big-time art dealer in Hong Kong that have curated a immersive exhibition just about 2-3 years ago. And Professor Wen Han, also a dear friend and a fellow colleague of mine, his students are actually working with me to do the 2D to basically 3D animated Gen AI. So we will have a roadmap, basically. So these are the patterns. So this is the Hong Kong USD pattern that we have secured. This is the other pattern, which is a system and method for authorizing the presentation of digital asset. And the use case is as such, one of those. And these are all the evidence of our previous work. And yeah, so please join us. I will be speaking next to the Hong Kong IPD director on Friday at Delft, because one of the key issues is about, indeed, copyright protection and how Hong Kong become a art ID, kind of art registry. Okay, so I'll be happy to answer any questions. So yeah, please like our Instagram and LinkedIn. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Very good. Okay, let's get those questions coming. Have I got a microphone down here? I sense sometimes the questions are coming from this part of the room. There's Mia. Great questions. Ready for a little bit of Q&A from Daniel Chun. There we go. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Oh, Daniel, your presentation must have been very comprehensive. That's
good. No questions. It's good.
That is the professor side coming out. Okay. Well,
thank
you.
you.
Daniel,
Thank you, Andrew.
very
Thank you,
much.
everyone. Thank you.
Dr. Chen from Articulator. We are moving on to our fifth startup today. We've got the fine man from Botanica AI joining us. He is Kim Si-Wan. He is the co-founders of this organization. He's going to be coming up here to tell us about their project. Once again, 7 minutes on, 5 minutes Q&A. Mr. Kim, are you ready to go?
Let's do it. Can you hear me? I can hear myself. Okay, perfect.
Okay. Away you go.
Awesome. Hey, everyone. My name is Soo-Young Kim. I'm the founder of Botanica. We are building the intelligent infrastructure for the Asian economy. But what does this really mean, right? So our solution is composed of 3 essential deliverables. The first is intelligent data indexing and storage, which means that we allow businesses and individuals to safely and securely store their data on our network, and also properly index this based on data quality, data types, and also how frequently each data is used. Second part is synthetic data generation, which means that we allow you to input your data and actually synthetically generate new data sets. I'll quickly go into why this is actually important. And the third part is agent marketplace and economy, where we actually allow users to monetize their data and private files while keeping their privacy and ownership fully intact. So this is the first time that you see me. So a little bit about who I am. My name is Soo-Young Kim. I'm the founder of Botanica. Previously, I was a senior strategist at Moonchain, deep in focus layer 2 on Arbitrum. I took it from $0 in revenue to $150 million in revenue by year 3 with $0 in marketing spend. We are 21 people in our team. Our core team actually comes from institutions such as Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Kyndryl, IBM, and Siemens. So, of course, this is the first time you hear about us, but where are we today? We have been pretty hard at work. So far today, we have done $7.1 million in pre-sale revenue. We have unlocked $1.1 million in recurring revenue, annually speaking. This actually stems from 12 B2B contracts, but we have 50 more in the pipeline. We have distribution partnerships with the likes of Service.com and Hostinger, so we are able to actually sell our product outside of our brand recognition. And we are the only team in Web3 that's actually providing index storage plus synthetic data angle. So here's a little bit about what our clients are currently saying about Botanica. So WorldF is actually kind of like Wow Summit, but for e-commerce merchants. So right now, they're actually developing an AI agent that allows merchants to actually predict the effectiveness of their online advertising campaigns. So they're porting over a lot of their historical data, historical advertising data, putting it to our system, and they're actually generating new synthetic data sets that is actually then training these AI agents to be able to predict how effective are these advertisement campaigns going to be before they actually spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. So what problem are we actually solving? And of course, we're not just about solving AI agents for businesses. I think the lack of quality data is actually being felt by everyone here, especially when you're using something like ChatGPT. It tends to hallucinate. It gives us like false information, meta information whatsoever, right? Why this has happened? It happens because there's a lack of data, there's improper indexing of data, and mainly because the infrastructure is actually built quite inadequately. So how do we solve this? Synthetic data generation solves the scarcity problem of data. Intelligent data indexing solves the quality problem of data. And AI-powered compression and transmission solves the scalability issue of data. And of course, we have a powerful token economy on top of this that actually fuels the entire ecosystem. So we actually deliver our solution in 3 essential parts. We actually take a full stack approach. We have our hardware called Nimbus. We have actually just completely custom built this. It has 8 terabytes of storage, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 6 TOPS MPU. So it's like a box that stores your data for you, but also it is a machine that actually prints more data, synthetically speaking. We have our on-device agent called Nura. It operates as an operating system, so it is able to essentially determine derivation path, enrichment mechanisms, and so on. And we have our own native protocol called Huasen, where we are able to achieve 70% file compression with 0% data loss. And this is also backed by 2 US patents that are currently pending, and we're currently in the process of filing a 3rd US patent as well. So enough about businesses. So how can people sitting here, how can you actually monetize through our business? The first step is that you actually upload your file into our network, and then it gets compressed, sharded, and encrypted, and actually distributed to available Nimbuses in our network. Then you can actively choose to create synthetic versions of these files, which is actually put into an encrypted folder that uses SBT as a key. Then you can wrap this SBT into an NFT that is essentially like a read-only access rights that gives whoever is holding this NFT the right to actually access your folder and then read your synthetic files. Then you, as a user, can essentially put this NFT to our marketplace to sell it to different AI developers and LM developers, or you can actually stake this NFT to on-chain AI agents for collaborative training. So why is this actually important? This is important because, first of all, we allow you to generate endless amount of high-quality synthetic data to feed to AI agents and LMs, effectively solving the data scarcity problem. The second is that we do it while fully preserving your privacy and your ownership, which has huge potential in IP protection and HIPAA compliance. Thirdly, we are pioneering a marketplace where users can safely monetize and sell their private data, and that we can actually deliver this to different AI agent developers and LM developers who might actually want this data, but obviously this data, as you haven't published it before on the internet, was previously unforeseen on the open internet. So just a little bit about our go-to-market strategy and our revenue streams. Currently, our primary, let's say, revenue is, of course, hardware sales. But moving forward, we plan to grow our B2B storage network services and AI platform licensing. Our go-to-market strategy is actually quite simple. We focus on the hyper-localized sales agent model. This has proven actually quite successful in Vietnam. None of us are Vietnamese, but we sold 3,500 units in Vietnam through this model. We have B2B integration partnerships, as previously mentioned, and currently we are being supported by Solana Foundation and the super teams in Korea, Singapore, and Vietnam. Moving forward, we are actually now in the middle of our pre-sale in South Korea, which is home turf, and also after that will be Europe, which is also on the home turf. I've been living in Germany for 10 years. As you can tell, I'm not really smiling because that's my German influence. Currently, I'm actually doing the first and I guess last investment round before our TGE. We're currently raising $3 million. You can kind of see how the fund usage is going to be. So that's about Botanica. If you're curious, we have a booth at B30. Come and talk to us. And yeah, thank you so much for hearing me out, and thank you for your time.
All right, now it's time for your 5-minute Q&A. If you have questions for Kim Si-Hwan, now's the time to lay it on him. Let's get a microphone to this man right down here in front. There we go. Ready for action. Here it comes.
Thank you for the presentation. Can you tell us a little bit about how you funded the launch of the company and how you funded the purchase of the equipment that you've pre-sold?
Sure. So the short answer to that is that we bootstrapped everything until revenue. Correction, I just lied to you. I bootstrapped everything until revenue. I have previously made my own companies before where I have exited, so I do have some funds there. Over the course of 3 years, I spent, personally speaking, just about $2.5 million of my own money to there. So I've bootstrapped everything until revenue, and then we have revenue coming in, and then that's what we're using to essentially fund the operations moving forward.
Thank you.
The synthetic data sounds interesting. The only thing is, are they AI generated as well, or are they user plus AI combined generated?
Sure. So I think sorry about that. I think the short answer to that is that it's a combination of both. And I think when we say it's just like AI generated, it's also important that we need to give users the control over in which AI is actually used to generate this. So how we actually do it is we give the users a choice between two choices. One is called noise, and one is utility. A user can essentially choose whether they want to increase noise, therefore introducing more variance into their data sets, while that kind of lowers the utility, or they can simply increase the utility and then lower the variety, which means that they're now synthetically generating data sets that are quite similar to the original data set. So of course, the generation is done by AI and then gain diffusion. However, we give the users fine-tuned control over what kind of variety of data set do they want to use, or do they actually just want to reproduce same sets of data that is quite similar to the original set of data. So this is fully user controlled.
One more. So user-generated data, you say that you're going to keep it private. I'm able to sell it essentially. What's the revenue split? How does the business model work in terms of user-generated synthetic data?
Sure. So because we have our own native token, so there is a token payment that the users have to submit every time they actually store their data, synthetically generate the data, and they list it on the marketplace. Out of everything, so let's say that this data set is actually sold on the marketplace. We take a 5% cut of that, and then 95% actually goes to the users. But I say users mainly because out of the 95%, it's also 85% goes to the user who has actually uploaded the data, and then the remaining part actually goes to the device operator, the node operator, who has actually provided the storage space for this to actually happen. So yeah, we just take a 5% cut out of that.
All right, thank you.